Hey, excuse the lighting. It's actually daylight outside. I've been having issues with this camera and getting lighting right. So it looks like I'm doing this at night time. But yeah, for some reason the light really blows out on this camera when there is natural sunlight, which normally it improves it. So you expect a bit of digital noise. Anyway, hello, how are you? Not even going to bother with the teeth today. So don't worry about me removing them mid stream. Here's me. I'm not product placing for that company. Just yeah, this is ring. So yes, today, as always, to get started, everything that is on this channel is bought and paid for by me. I get no sponsorships, and I do not get sent freebies. So yeah, today we are going to look at the TP-Link AX53, AX3000 Wi-Fi 6 router. I got this today from Office Works. I think it was like $157 because I got my tax return. So I'm like, oh, let's go buy something. Because and the main reason I have got this is because I have quite a good D-Link router, but it's not Wi-Fi 6. It's dual band, so it does 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz, no worries. But I'm having issues with my Quest 3, which I'm going to be doing a review of later. So I'm not going to go into like testing this or whatever for now. I'm just going to be unboxing it. But yeah, I'm not going to be doing the review I thought I would be doing for the Quest 3. I'm going to probably do another live review like this one. Because, yeah, I'm just going to talk about the Quest itself. I'm not going to worry about, all the fancy recording and stuff you see a lot of people do, where they're like, show you the panning shots of it and stuff like that. I'm going to hold it in my hand, show you, and give you my honest opinion of it. And it might actually surprise you what I've got to say about it. Maybe not. But yeah, I won't go into that any further because we're here to unbox this thing. And of course, it's like, why can people not just give things simple names? Because this here, it's a TP-Link, and you can see it says AX3000, but then down here it's AX53. So why not just call it a TP-Link Archer AX3000 or something? The naming conventions in technology and a lot of things is just getting bloody ridiculous and long and stuff. Even processors and stuff now with the names. So much easier when you've got an Intel i5 or i7 or an AMD Ryzen 5, Ryzen 7, whatever Ryzen numbers and stuff they have. And just even, we naming conventions, Xbox especially, we went from the Xbox to the Xbox 360 to the Xbox One to the Xbox S and the Xbox S. At least I'll give that to Sony. Sony keeps it simple. PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. How hard is it? And the Quest, I guess, as well. But, got the Quest 2, Quest 3, but they started off as the Oculus and the Rift. But yeah, what this is a router. Now, a lot of people may not know the difference between a router and a modem / router or a modem. But this is basically just a Wi-Fi hub. It will not connect to the internet. Well, not with the NBN here in Australia. I think I read somewhere about this can be used with some internet, and I'm guessing you need a specific box or something from the company, but it's going to be basically the same thing, I guess. You've got like the box that connects you to the internet, and then you plug this in, like I will be hopefully doing with the D-Link router that I normally use. But it's perfectly fine for the fiber to the node internet that I'm stuck with. That's maybe a rant for another day. But yeah, extra $20 to get to fiber to the premises, which is now available in my area. 10 years too late. But yeah, they want me to pay an extra $20 a month for it, and I'll get bloody the same speeds I'm getting now on the fiber to the node. So it's like, what happened to telecommunications in this country? Oh. But yeah, anyway, back to this. Enough of me ranting. So basically, yeah, I've got this because to act as, like, I guess, a dedicated Wi-Fi for the Quest 3. So only the Quest 3 will be having access to this, but we'll go into that further in the actual review video. Like I said, I was working on a review video, but now I said, screw it, I'm just going to do a live stream like this and get into it. So let's have a quick look at the features on here. Super fast Wi-Fi, 8K, Enjoy full access to 8K streaming and high-end downloading with HE160 on the 5 GHz band, providing double bandwidth. Connect numerous devices, allow more applications to run at the same time. OFDMA transmits data to multiple devices simultaneously across 4 streams, drastically reducing latency. Smart power saving, backwards compatible. I always like it when devices with standards are backwards compatible with devices with the same standards. It just runs through different types of Wi-Fi connections types it can connect to, network protection, quality of service, which is always a plus if I was using it as an actual route modem, but I have QoS on the D-Link. Parental controls, we don't need them anymore. Kids are growing up and fucked off. Miss the kids, but it's good to be just be yourself and adults again instead of mum and dad. Comprehensive reports, statistics, flexible whole home Wi-Fi, WPA3 security, gigabit internet access, and smart connect. So yeah, there's a couple of ways I could probably do this. I don't know if I could connect it to the computer directly to it through Ethernet, and then use the Wi-Fi. I might do that actually. Might connect my desktop PC to this to the modem, then get the Quest 3 to connect to this. But the main thing that's important to me on this is this should be able to get close to, that's what the 3000 is. If you ever see this number, the AX3000, and you get, I think, like 1500s, 1800s, when you get a number like that, it's basically a representation of the speed that this should be able to get. And this being 3000 means I should be able to get 3000 megabits per second data transfer through it. And that's one thing I will go with the Quest 3 is I have been getting hit and miss with my connections. The one time I managed to get my Quest connected at full speed, which for my router was 1200 megabits per second on the 5 gigahertz band. Ever since I get 720 megabits, 900 megabits, I've not gone over 900 megabits, and you need at least that 1200 megabits a second to be able to play the Quest 3. So I'm hoping that this will fix that. Now, the problem being, these seem to be hit and miss too. It's like, why can't these? Now, the problem seems to be with the Quest 3, but I've heard people say these can work with it, and these may not work with it. It's like, can we just get consistent hardware and products, not bloody things that are so, like, random on whether they work as expected or not? Had to send a data link cable back that, other people are like, oh, you're getting 2400 megabits per second from my PC through this USB cable with the Quest 3. Mine was getting stuck at USB 2.0, a U-green cable where I have today sent back to Amazon for a refund. And I have a brand new $50 power delivery USB-C link cable coming from Germany. And that's what I'm hoping is, well, the Germans, they tend to make good stuff. So we shall see. I know they were pros at like building cattle trains and camps and aeroplanes and stuff like that during World War II. So, and how can you hate anybody who came up with the Volkswagen? The Volkswagen Beetle, the people's car, whatever it meant. Sorry, I shouldn't really be making World War II jokes, I guess. But yes, we've got the old trusty dangerous tool, which I just went and broke. Well, it broke itself because, the little latch that holds it into place just popped out. Yay. It has served me well. I've had this for years, and I've not replaced the blade in it. Pro tip, knife sharpeners. Like, you get those clever sharps and things. They do a real great job at keeping your hobby knives or box cutters sharp. So let us get some there. We don't need to really cut much because it's a thin wrap. I had to grab this one from the back because the one at the front had no plastic on it. And I don't like buying new things that are meant to be shrink wrapped that aren't shrink wrapped. And I cut it, but I also trimmed my nails last night. So where I'd normally be able to get in there and get that. Back. Yeah, let's get this on the camera. I think ripping shit off like this is much more satisfying than the peels that everybody loses their minds over and wets their pants for. Oh my god, they're peeling a bit of plastic off the screen. There's something satisfying about ripping. Rip and tear. You know, Doomslayer, the Doom guy. He don't care about bloody peels. He's a rip and tear guy like me. Okay, well, yeah, another reason. See, shrink wrap because there's no tape on this. What you'd expect for a product that this costs this much. There we go. Tray. Oh, got the ceiling fan on, so hopefully the noise cancelling is blocking that out. But yeah, bits of paper flying off. And I see the bits of paper that blew off. GNU General Public License Notice. Now, if this works as advertised, I'll keep it. But I'm going to say I'm getting tired of technology not doing what it is. And this is another one of those ones where if it doesn't work, TP-Link blames Meta and says it's the Quest 3. Quest 3 blames everybody else, or Meta blames everybody else. But yeah, and then whenever you see that this connection issue gets fixed, you get people going, "Oh yeah, it worked. I bought a $500 router. Quest Meta did a firmware update, and now everything's working." Oh, hello, Matches. How you going, mate? Sorry, I've just seen on the chat there. Because yeah, sort of when I'm doing these live stream rants, I'm not meant to be. I was meant to be disabling the chat. Yeah, hope you're well, buddy. It's funny. We should have done this through YouTube more often. I get to talk to you more these days on YouTube than I used to on Steam and Discord. But okay, quick installation guide. Because these days, heaven forbid you actually get a proper manual. No doubt there'll be a link to go get a PDF file. Okay, this also has an app. Oh, that is meant to help it. So yeah, the usual stuff. Get the QR code, download PDFs, do everything digitally. But yeah, connect the hardware, power on the modem, then wait for about 2 minutes for it to restart. Power on the modem. Wait, is that my modem? I was going to say this isn't a modem, it's a router. But yeah, got to check because I think it said something about plugging this into the WAN, and I'm pretty sure the WAN is connected to the internet. So I don't even know if I'll be able to use this. So yeah, if I can't use this as intended, or it doesn't get the speeds that I want, I will be, I've got no problem sending stuff back. That's what I will say. Know your consumer rights. If things don't work as they are, don't accept store credit. You pay cash, they can give you cash. Especially when it doesn't work. But let's fingers crossed. Most TP-Link stuff I've had, they're a budget brand, but most TP-Link stuff I've had hasn't worked as so. I've got high hopes. I've got TP-Link security cameras. I've used TP-Link hubs. I've had TP-Link routers before. But yeah, they are budget. All right, so papers. Australian and New Zealand limited warranty. Powered adapter now. Hopefully, it looks like a nice long cable on it. That's good. Because I want to be able to mount this up on the wall because I want coverage. Because the thing about Wi-Fi 6, like regular Wi-Fi, I guess you would call it, is this stuff's got a really wide range of broadcast. So, like if I'm out in the living room next to the router, my phone will get 4 bars, for example. I come up the back room here and it can go anywhere from between 2 and 3 bars. With this thing, I should be able to go 200 meters up the road and still have a Wi-Fi connection at home. If things go to plan. Okay, short little white Ethernet cable. I think RJ45 is what they're called. Excuse me if I sometimes get my stuff mixed up. I know what I'm talking about, but I might get terms and terminology and stuff because there is so much knowledge in this head here that it's hard to keep track of all the names, numbers, and things, and especially when these stupid naming and number conventions. All right, a weird. I don't know. This is a weird envelope. It's got an envelope inside an envelope, but it's got a plastic cover. Yeah. Diamondy sort of shaped antennas. Maybe that's where the secret source is. But yeah, hopefully it'll be on the wall here. The problem is having on the wall there, so you've got the antennas up like this. All the sockets are up here, so if you've got cables, they're going to come up and over because I don't want to hang it like this unless I put it right up near the ceiling. So hopefully I can hook up something too because there's no clearance on the back. So I have to somehow make it come from off the wall a bit so the cables fit behind it. All right, so let's go. Get rid of that. Let's match say. Been busy learning new construction simulator. Man, I got hooked on. Okay. Must I need all of that sentence. Yeah, been getting into a few games myself. Been playing a fair bit of Fallout 76 matches. Got into that again recently. But yeah, it's mostly trying to get VR games going at the moment. That's my new vice. But I've been having mixed results there. But yeah, I'll save that for another video because I don't want this to be a Quest 3 video. I want this to be a TP Link router video. Oh, and there we go. I love that black. Also, guys, you think it looks sleek, but look at that. I've barely touched it. My hands are clean, and already that grand piano black finish or whatever they call it, it sucks. Give us matte. Look, because look at this. The matte black. Look at that. You look at that. Not a fingerprint on it. You touch this, and look at that. There's freaking smudges already everywhere. So you lose points from there. It does look stylish. It does look cool. But we don't need this shiny shit. It's as bad as this damn thing here. Again, don't want to go on the quest, where it's like white material. And there you can see like grubby marks. And I barely used that thing for a week and with clean hands. So thankfully, once this is on the wall, I'll give it a wipe down and hopefully won't get fingerprints on it again. But it is just a pain touching and handling these things. I've had so many shiny blacks. That's why, like things like the Xbox controller. It can get grubby, but you can't see it's grubby because of that matte finish. So yeah, it feels very lightweight. And it's got that, what can I say, that cheap but quality feel to it. TP Links have them where it's very lightweight, but it still feels solid. So it feels both cheap as well as good. We've got 4 Ethernet connections on the back, or what they're calling LAN 1 to 4, and a WAN connection here. Yeah, like I said, this is going to be a strange one because the WAN connection, which I think I use for my Wi-Fi router to connect to the internet. Maybe it's the tech guy. Look, it's been a long week. I believe the WAN port is what connects the router to the internet. Unless I connect the WAN port here just to another Ethernet port on the D-Link. Again, this is sold in Australia, so I would hope. We've got we've got the WPS, like the instant pairing button there. I never use that. I usually sign in through passwords. A reset button under that and a power button, and that's pretty much it. And on the back, yeah, just the usual serial number and stuff like that. And yeah, again, the model Archer AX53 AX3000 gigabit Wi-Fi 6 router. You do not need these bloody long names and stuff. Oh, yeah, mate, if you're interested in a Quest 3, watch the next video I'm going to be posting, because that is one factor. It is a bloody expensive device. I'm almost tempted to send it back and get 2 Quest 2s, but again, I don't want to turn this into a Quest 3 video. But yeah, I think people might be quite surprised. Oh, the antennas actually have a plastic. Why? Why do plastic wrap around the antennas when it's already wrapped up in plastic in a bloody box? What, is there a ghost going to reach through the box and touch everything and leave their ghosty ectoplasmic fingerprints? 1, it's just more waste, and 2, it's like skin tight. It's like, look at that, it doesn't slide on. Can't see any sort of peel. But that is definitely quite clearly a peel and not just the texture. Look, a zipper mark there. I'm going to drag my thumbnail up it and. Again, this is just an unboxing. It's not a review because obviously I haven't set it up and used it. But yeah, look at that. Look at that second. Why? Save the planet. Yeah. This is what I really think that they mean by when they refer to e-waste. Oh, mate, I'm the same. I'm the same, like I say at the start of the video. It's like, I don't understand people and this whole, oh, it's a peel, it's a peel. It's like, it's half a second of pulling a bit of plastic off a screen or a surface. I'd rather tear into shit. Like, they get these people when they unwrap their presents, they like, unwrap the wrapping paper. I'm going to keep this. They fold it up and stick it in a bloody cupboard, never use it. Again, we're on it. No, it's Christmas. I got new stuff. I'm excited. Rip, 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 rip. I like to have fun. And this is not fun. I mean, even if it was like a tab, I mean, even your cigarettes, they come with that little tab you can pull out and then go, zzz, slide it off, done. And I've got 3 more of these things to go. And it's like some barely recognised dots in it that I can't even scrape with my big man hand fingers. Like they're meant to be perforated or something. But when I'm ripping it, it's not even tearing across those perforations. Bad TP link, bad. You're lucky I don't have a rolled up newspaper. I'd whack you on the nose with it. Oh my God. It's the sort of stuff though, you got to wonder, how much does this add to production cost too, you know? Because there's got to pay people in a factory to make this shit and wrap it and stuff. So it's like, hey, you could save some bucks and or even cents. You know, the cents have to add up over every unit over a year. And it's like, hey, use that money and give us better products for less, or you know, that money you save, make your product a little bit better for us. But yeah, I'm just getting tired of all these items I buy, and you just so much crap ends up in the bin. Maybe I'll hang on to this stuff. I'll send it back to the store. They can have their shit plastic back. God, now I've got to remember which ones I've taken off and which ones I haven't. Okay, that one. But yeah, I don't think the camera would pick it up that there's these tiny little perforated dots running up this side here. Yeah, I can feel them, but I don't think you can see them. And I think it's meant to be one of those like a tear point, but it's not working like that. Oh my God. I mean, I don't have to do this on camera, but I thought it would be more entertaining. You can all enjoy me suffering. Oh, also, yes, the 3D printer video is still coming. Still been ironing out some kinks and things, but I'm pretty sure I have got my 3D printer running perfectly now. As good as you can probably get an Ender 3 going. But again, that is one of the video that I'm still working on that I am going to do properly. But yeah, when you see the Quest video, you'll understand why. Well, because I'm going to explain why. And see, there's always that one that has to be even more troublesome. So the other ones were a pain in the ass to get off, and this one's been even more of a pain in the ass. And I don't want to use the box cutter because I don't want to damage it. Should not be this much work. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's take a look at this now, though, because I mean, I've already discussed most of it, but yeah, these are all right. These are very clicky. Like, they don't just rotate up. There's like a click point there. It just snaps, so you can get these all even. And my D-Link router, these are free moving, so you can put them all different angles, but I like when they snap into place like this. Then the other one is there. That's it. That's the point you've got. So yeah, if you try to adjust between there and there, like there, it snaps back into place. So that could be a problem for some people. But I mean, just from that, look at from managing that, look at all how filthy that is now. And again, I washed my hands before I did this, but as you can see, I'm hot and sweaty. So of course you're going to get sweat and oils. It's impossible for humans to remain perfectly clean. Oh. But yeah, okay, so that's the range of movement. It goes that far there. Obviously, we're going to have to move that there and that far. So you can't move them back, but I guess that makes sense because it's sitting there, you're not going to bend it down there. And if it's like that, you're not going to bend it into the wall if you've got it mounted. But yeah, it does have 2 screw hole mounts there on the back, as you can see. Yeah, I might mount it upside down actually, because I noticed that they're bi-directional ones. So you've got the circle in the middle. Usually you have one bit that drops down like that for the screw to lock into, but this actually has one on either side, so it'll drop down regardless of the orientation. So yeah, it'll be weird having it like that, but I think that might be the way to go because yeah, like I said, as you can see, there's dead flat. It would have been good to have a channel through here that you can feed cables up through if you want to have it like up that way. So yeah, As you can see, there's just no way to get a cable up there when it's up against the wall. Even if you've got a little bit of gap, you need to sort of, I'd say, need at least a centimetre off the wall to get the cable running through. So hopefully your hooks or screws will do that. Antennas look and feel a bit cheap, but aesthetics aren't everything. Is how it works. I mean, to most people, they'll see this and go, "Wow, that's nice and sleek." Got lots of lights on the front, Wi-Fi power, other Wi-Fi. Is that like meant to be internet, Ethernet, and a lock? But of course, let's see how much of that, what the lights are answered in the manual. Power on the modem, power thing, get power lights, method 2 via a web browser. Okay, method 1 via the TP link. Yeah, it doesn't even tell you in the manual what the status lights on the front do. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 status lights on the front, and it doesn't even tell you what they do in here. They've got the symbols, and if you know your stuff, like, yeah, I can tell there's 2 Wi-Fi, because 2 of the lights have like a Wi-Fi bar, but one's skinnier than the other. So I'm going to say one is 2.4 gigahertz, the other one is 5 gigahertz. We're going to be running only 5 gigahertz on this, and a single bloody device. Hopefully as well, if I want to do AirLink up the back here, back of the house, so any other, I can, yeah, should be able to walk around the house with the VR headset on and have better coverage. So hopefully this punches through the walls better than regular Wi-Fi. Because 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, it tends to have higher bandwidth, so you can send more data. So, for example, you might get 1200 megabits per second, depending, like this one here. This one should get close to 3 gigabits per second. I'm going to say about 2.4 gigabits per second, or 2,400 megabits per second. Where 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, you probably get like 300 megabits per second, a fraction of what 5 gigahertz can do. But however, the 2.4 gigahertz bandwidth is punchier, where the 5 gigahertz is weaker. So being at the other end of the house, 2.4 gigahertz is better at punching through all the walls between me and the router to get me my signal, but I don't have as much data transfer speeds. Whereas 5 gigahertz gives me that lot more data, so you can download, install apps faster, but the signal would actually be weaker up here. So 5 gigahertz, you really want to be as close to the router as you can be, but hopefully this is good enough that being Wi-Fi 6 and having much stronger signal, and I think it's directional. I forget what they call the antennas on these. Does it tell us here? Yeah. We should hopefully have enough punch, because this is meant to have like 200-meter range on it, which my current D-Link modem / router does not have. Okay, well, the other thing that part of this is the fact that it says part of the setup is to get an app. It's called Open the Tether app and log into with your TP Link ID. I do have a TP Link ID. The question is my phone in here? And I am going to guess, no, my phone is not in here. But I have a TP Link app for my security camera, so Tapo. So it would be great if you compare this with that, because it's annoying too having multiple bloody apps to do certain things. This is like streaming apps. This is why I don't use streaming apps like Crunchyroll, Prime Video, Disney Plus, even on my phone, tablet, smart devices. I don't use those, because why? They're glorified web browsers. Why have 10 different apps for each individual platform, including YouTube, when Firefox, for example, will do them all? Load up Firefox browser, it works. And the advantage to Firefox browser? Well, even on the phone, uBlock Origin and other ad blockers work on it, which don't work with your apps, obviously, and places like YouTube especially love that, because if you're watching YouTube, you are stuck with those 10 ads in a row with no skip button. Oh, Helix. Hello, Helix. How are you? Yeah. Connection issues with I'm having upgrading the router. Well, not upgrading the router. I'm getting an additional router because the other modem router is going to stay because that's great for everything else. It is just one particular device I am trying to fix issues with, and I've basically got this week to fix those issues, or said device is probably going to go back to the store. But yes, I have said many times in this, I will be doing a video on that. Okay, so excuse me for one moment. I'm going to go and track down my phone so we can have a look at this app, because that is part of this process. I shall be back in a second. Please hum to yourself some elevator or hold waiting music. Of course, today of all days, I decided to leave my phone in the car. Yay. Thank you for providing elevator music there, Helix, although I am disappointed that it is smooth jazz. I am not an episode of Star Trek Next Generation, thank you. I do not like or obsessed over jazz. I am not Will Riker. Oops, might help if I turn the background back off. There we go. Hello. So phone in hand. And of course, all I do is lower it and the bloody flashlight comes on. Technology, wonderful. Okay, so let's go to the Play Store. Anyway, how are you, Helix? Are you home? When are we playing VR co-op or something? That's all they had. A second. No. Yeah, well, apparently there's talk about Firefox going to be screwed, speaking of Google or YouTube searches, or searches in general, because apparently Google, there's been some ruling done about Google being a monopoly. And people going, oh, it's going to affect Firefox. It's going to affect Firefox, because they got that automatic, and plus apparently Firefox gets paid by Google to make their search engine the default. Now, I think it's a bit weird though, because it shows that this is not a problem with monopolies. This is a problem with people being idiots. Because the thing is, Firefox, it takes 2 seconds to switch your search engine to another search engine. You open your settings up, you go, hey, I don't like Google. Please give me DuckDuckGo or Bing or something else. It's always optional, and you can do something about it. To me, a monopoly is if all I could use in Firefox or any other browser was Google and nothing else. If it was impossible to change, you were forced to use that product or any product, that to me is a monopoly. It was the same in I think it was the 90s when Microsoft had their monopoly issues. And it was getting complaints from companies like, the makers of Winamp and stuff like that, I believe it was. Or there were people that had their own apps that you had default versions on Windows. And it was like, well, it's convenient. You buy a fucking computer that you spent thousands of dollars on it that has a CD player or a MIDI sound card stuff. You want to be able to play your media and stuff on it. And especially if you don't have the internet. So it's like, oh, great. The operating system that I have that I can use without being connected to the internet, it comes with a media player. I can't replace it because I don't have the internet to download the media player. God, and yeah, I think I need a separate app here. And people lose their minds over it, and it was like, but the thing was, I was one of those people who did have the internet too, and it's like, you know what? When I had to download and install Kodi, which is now Xbox Media Center, and you had to download and install Winamp and Real Media Player and the 50 billion options. Microsoft never held a gun to my head and prevented me from using third-party apps ever. And yeah, it's like everybody's got that choice, but it shows that it's a case of people are so freaking stupid because so many people that use like Chrome on their phone. Chrome is a shit memory using hardware resource hogging browser. It's a piece of crap. They're anti-consumer in the way that they try to block ad blockers and things. Sorry to go off on a rant here, but it's optional. I don't use Chrome. It's not my default browser. Chrome was the default browser that came with the phone. So is it just Google that's a monopoly, or is it companies like Vivo and Mozilla and all these other people that take payments from Google to use to have their product front and center to feature it? But it's just like if people knew what they're doing. I've got to say honestly, I don't mean to be disrespectful to people, but it's like I'll say 95% being generous of people who will watch this video or on Reddit or Facebook or whatever right now, have the whole of the world's library of knowledge at their fingertips, would be insta-banned from the internet if they had to pass a basic technology test to use it. And basic technology is, okay, install a different browser. If you can't do that, well, yeah, they don't know how to find alternatives to things. They act like, it's not fair, this company's doing this, when they have a choice. And it doesn't just apply to the bloody internet these days, does it? It applies to everything. I don't like what this person's saying. So instead of walking away like an adult and not going near that thing, that person that's saying things that I don't like to say, I'm going to follow them around and go, I don't like what you're saying. And it's the same sort of situation. That's how it feels like with Google. Do I like Google? No, I think Google's a shit company. But it happens with all corporations that start off small, get big, and then they lose that human aspect. They get driven by boards of directors, profits, money, like, YouTube. $31 billion a year, YouTube makes profits. They only share 1% of that with creators. And that's the creators that get paid, because there's so many creators like me that when we were meant to get paid, we didn't get paid and we got screwed over. And the things like So that's why, I'm not monetized. I would love to be making money doing this. And if I was making money, you know what? I too would have my Flash LTT and other people's style studios. I would have a person standing there filming me from different angles with fucking cameras. And I would have people where I can do a video like this without live streaming it, hand it off to somebody else, and they would edit it down to me and make me look all professional and expert. Because I can tell you now, the big YouTubers and stuff like this that are out there, if it wasn't for having entire teams of people, and usually coming from wealthy families and stuff that fund them, this is just being realistic here. This is not like sour grapes or anything. I don't give a shit. I love doing it like this. I'm just sort of making a point here that those people would be doing videos like this. And it was easier at the start when YouTube got started, but thanks to Australia and their technology and shit, it screwed the rest of us over. But anyway, we're here for the TP link. So feel free to skip past this bit if you can't watch it later. And everybody's talking to me on the chat. You're at Dad's. I thought you were coming home. Jesus Christ, Alex. Having my neighbour install Fiverr and the guys installing it. Yeah, I've seen a lot of stories of that, matches too, of people like the internet company installing the internet next door fucks up the neighbour's internet in the process, or runs cables across the yards and shit that shouldn't be there and stuff, especially in the US. I've had 2 different neighbours now and a couple of lawn mowing companies cut my phone line out the front when they've been mowing lawn or whippersnippering. It's like white plastic pipe with wiring running through it that runs down the side of the house. How can you not see it? How can you not see it descends into the grass? And you know what? Every single fucking time, none of them has come and knocked on my door and told me they've done it. When I've gone over and when it was the neighbours and I've knocked on their door, nobody answered the door. It's like all their shoes outside, cars in the driveway, all the lights are off. And I understand. I'm a big, scary looking man. I mean, I'm a handsome man, but now I'm scared. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so hyper today and I haven't had that many coffees. All right, so anyway, there we go. TP link. Hopefully, don't show any. I don't dox myself in the process. TP link. Tether. We'll go with this one because I'll get it set up on here because I just want to have a look at the app. Because obviously, I'm not going to go show me setting this all up because I'm not going to be, while I'm alive, set up my phone and go out there and then show off my entire house while I show you me plugging this thing in and setting it up and configuring it and all the rest. I'm just showing you what you get. This is an unboxing video. I might review it later. I might not review it later. I might make mention of it on the Quest video, because I'm basically, once I've done this here, I've got to, oh shit, I've got to go, all right, let's go to wrap this up, because I've got to go to a store before it shuts. Okay, so app's installing. Hurry up, because I didn't realise what time it was. Oh my god, this is the worst live unboxing I've ever done, isn't it? Actually said, oh, you didn't really think anyone had internet here. Did you post that story to Reddit? Because I'm pretty sure I read that on Reddit too. And it happens that much that other people out there are having the same exact issue. But then again, I have seen multiple posts on Reddit from people in the North Americas that have had the same issue you're having. The rival internet company cuts their cable to connect the next door neighbour's one, and complete dicks about it when they're called out on it. Wait, what internet is a basic install? Hey, OBS, guess what? OBS, not OBS, Streamlabs. Streamlabs, guess what? When you have the chat window up, it's helpful if there's not a big red love heart that sits over the top of the chat so you can see the entire sentence somebody's written. God damn it. Installing. But yeah, so I'm at the back of the house now. Oh, no wonder, I'm on the data. I didn't turn the bloody Wi-Fi on. Oh, I'm doing so well today, aren't I? Tech Guru Rabbit, showing you how to use a tin can and a piece of string. That's what it feels like how I'm operating today. Yeah, okay, there we're open. And again, it's like, I've already got a TP Link app called Tapo, and it's for smart home. So all my webcams, my security cameras are connected to it. And I can connect like a robot vacuum cleaner and other devices to it. But apparently, I need a separate app for a TP-Link router. Oh my god, and I bet this is one of those ones, you need to make an account to access the device that you just gave us money for. I confirm, no. And again, this. Thankfully, it's opt-in, not opt-out. But that top line there is the usual, I confirm to join the user experience program. But it's at the top, it's the first thing. And I wonder how many people go, because you get some too that have like double terms that you've got to click both boxes. And that probably tricks a lot of people into signing away their data and shit. So, yeah, always say, don't tick the I confirm to join the user experience improvement program, because it's not a user experience improvement program. It is a company profits improving experience program. The only people whose experience is improved here is the company themselves. Because so many items I've had where I've contacted the company and it's like they care so much about them, they haven't fixed the problems. So what are you doing with that information if you're not going to use it to actually fix the problem? Not look at anybody matter. Yep, log in. TP link. And then it's like, oh, what's my password? I can't remember my password. I've even got like a light bulb like this. And it's like, I'm pretty sure I know my password, but you go to put it in and it'll go, oh no, you need a code and shit. And it's like, it's for a bloody light bulb. A smart light bulb. How smart is it? It's as smart as the people making them, I guess. Yeah, I gotta, thank you, hackers. Incorrect email. Forgot password. Oh man, this shop's gonna be shut by the time I get there, isn't it? Why do I do this to myself? I'm not talking about the Quest anymore until the next video, Helix. Except for to say that I'm not talking about the Quest anymore until the next video, Helix. Alrighty. Save password to Google. No. So why is it saying save password to Google when I'm on a bloody TP Link app? That's where you go after Google as a monopoly. The fact that, like with Windows, with my Windows PC, I can install Linux on it. I can install other operating systems if I wanted to. But with Android devices, you are stuck with frickin' Google. Reset password. Yes, I want to reset my password. Why do I reset my password? Because now on the other app, I'm going to have to get into change the password so that I can access my security cabinet. Hooray, 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 hooray. I'm having fun today. I have mixed feelings of Linux. It's like great for if people want to use it, go for it. But unfortunately, it is still, I've had years, and unfortunately, it is for me, it is still not good enough for the lowest common denominator. And to beat Windows, that's what you need. You need an operating system that works flawlessly for stupid people. And I'm just mind boggled that nobody has come up with an operating system that is as functional as Windows. And like, how many decades has Windows been out? Because it's the same sort of thing. Linux has come a long way, but the same thing. I am a gamer. I have a gaming PC. If I were to switch to Linux, I don't want 90% of my game, or 80% of my game library working, 90%, 99%. I want 100% my game library working. And you know what operating system where all my games, 100% of my library works? That's Windows. An email has been sent. Finish resetting. Okay. Now we have to. Oh my god. And I'm a technical person, and I got to jump through hoops like this. And so you can see why the average person can struggle. Okay, finish resetting. Now let's put in the long gibberish secure password. Here, HELI X I I S S E E X Y 6 9 and enter. Fingerprint login. Yes, please. Thank you. That'll do me. Then the police can kill me and use my finger to access my account. Two-step authentication later. And also, by the way, if you thought that was me reading out a password, joke's on you. Spell out what I was actually saying. I mean, it was a bit difficult saying a completely different spelling out a completely different password to the one that I was actually typing in here. Pull down to refresh, add a new device. And it's just basically, now I can't do nothing because we got to add a new device. So there we go. Let's end it there. TP-Link, Ethernet, router, AX53, AX3000, Wi-Fi 6. That's it. That's what you get in the box. I can't tell you much more until I get it set up and running. I can't even show you more on the app because, well, the app won't do nothing. You can't even get into it until you get to the point that you've got a device ready to connect. So anyway, there you go. Don't know if that'll help you decide whether you want to buy one of these things or not, but I will report back on how things go. I was going to do the Quest 3 video straight after this one. I'll even try and get the lighting set up now the sun's actually going down and not blowing out my webcam. And I will now give it a bit of time, get this set up, connect the Quest 3 to it, see how that goes, and I will update in that video what's going on here. And maybe if I get lucky, we can get Helix on to have a chat, even though he's at his dad's house. I've tried to get his dad onto voice and stuff like that, but he won't come talk to me. I feel so sad. It's like, you know, I used to admin him on StarMade and stuff. Yeah, well, you'd have to look through the over 1,000 games I've got, because at the moment I can't buy any games that I don't already own, except for ones because I'm trying to hopefully build up a VR library, and I've got a whole bunch of back catalogue of games to catch up on. The biggest one I want to get going though is No Man's Sky in VR, because I've only managed to get that working for 5 minutes, and it's been screwed up since. But what little I did get to experience on it was pretty goddamn amazing. It's crazy going from playing it on a screen like this in front of you to actually sitting in the cockpit of your spaceship and wandering around your freighter and stuff. So yeah, no, it's not sponsorship. If anything, kids, do not drink Coca-Cola. It's bad for you. But I'm an old fart who's close to death, so it's okay if I rock my body with the stuff I put into it. Wait till you're old, then start enjoying life. Yeah, I don't know if I ever really got my Living Starship going. There was 1 or 2 expeditions that I didn't get into or complete at the time for various reasons. And there's an expedition at the moment, and I want to play that, but I want to play that on my bloody Quest 3. So anyway, that's the TP link thingy, me Bobby. I'm Rabid. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to my matches and Helix for coming along and having a chat. Nothing really more to say. So yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. I'm not going to keep repeating that other videos are coming. You know what's what with me. Feel free to look at the link in the description to join the Discord. Things have been scaled back over there over the years. And yeah, that's about it, I guess. I need to go to the shop. So, and then I've got to go make dinner, get this set up, do Quest 3, and I would say, yeah, in an hour or two, no promises, but you should see my beautiful face again. Maybe I'll even shave the beard. Go back to shaved head and smooth-skinned rabbit. All right, peeps. Catch you on the next video. Yeah, well, Helix, if you can get on Discord, mate, I'll definitely catch up with you later. So, all right. Rabbit out. Bye-bye.